So my name's Robyn Logan and I run an online training company, International Coach Academy, and we deliver coach training. So we train people who want to be coaches, like executive coaches, life coaches, business coaches, and also people who want to add coaching into what they do, like in the corporate setting, manager as coach, or even teachers. Or it's all online. We have about 3,000 students around the world from about 90 countries, and we've been going about 10 years. Social media I would explain them as a group of different platforms that enable you to connect socially with other people around the world. So, I mean, interestingly enough, like 10 years ago when our school started, the social media that they were using was a forum. That's how they connected. They shared stories, they formed intimate relationships, groups. They then arranged for face-to-face meetups. Now they do that through Facebook, Twitter, etc. So that's one definition of social media, but also social media is a publishing platform and a distribution platform, really. It's a way to get your message out to a large number of people with the potential of it being picked up by another large number of people and going viral. At the beginning, I think it's very important for documentary filmmakers to be online. So if you're going to be online and you're going to have a presence online, then you have to engage with social media. And so what role does that play? Well, for filmmakers, the main role is it's an amazing way to connect with your audience. So to not only just connect with audiences around the world, but to find audiences around the world. And it's also then a way of marketing your product. So, you know, content marketing can be done through social media. Think about it in terms of the audience. So the way I see social media is it's a way to build a tribe or to connect with a particular audience from which a documentary could emerge. I think it's very important because it's a way of connecting with your audience. So if I'm not an expert in film, but I am an expert in product development online and marketing, online marketing. So if you think about a market like an audience, for example, you know, the way that product development used to happen is that you would develop your product. So you'd have an idea that you thought was great or a passion, or you might see an issue in the community that you wanted to deal with. So you would develop your product around that and then you would sell it and hopefully the market will come. You know, develop it and they will come. Now what happens if you're really at the cutting edge of online business, what you do is you use your audience to develop your product. So you start at the very beginning. So you might start with, you know, if I was going to make a documentary on homelessness, for example, or I don't know, just pick a topic, right? Instead of conceiving of it, doing all the pre-production, creating the whole thing, getting the documentary filmed and then putting it online and then trying to attract traffic to that product, that documentary, I would start and release one part of it, just a little bit of the content first, and do that and engage with social media. And by doing that, there's two things that happen. One is you start to build an audience, and the second is you can actually engage with that audience about your content and then integrate that into the product or the film that you're making. So you're actually it enables you, social media and online business enables you to make your film or product much more streamlined to the needs or interests of your audience or market. That's what it does. That's completely aside from how you could then use it to market, which is a whole other issue. And one of the good books on this is, which I've got here, is Tribes by Seth Godin, which I don't know if you've heard of that, but I mean, it's pretty simple. Like, honestly, you can read it in an hour. It's written almost like kindergarten style. But the thing about this is he talks about, you know, in business that you build a tribe. And the way you build a tribe is by being passionate about a particular interest or topic and gathering like-minded people around that. The social media platform is brilliant for that because it enables you to create a tribe of followers. And once you have that tribe, it's a much better way to develop your product. So I can give you an online example of that. There's this great website, which was like, she was a pioneer in her time. She's called The Fly Lady. Okay, I can give you the URL. I think it's flylady.com, right? Now the Fly Lady, I swear, like I think 20 years ago, or maybe at least 15 or 10, decided, you know, her area of passion was, she's American, it was for American housewives to get their home organised and to get rid of the clutter and to be, just a really organised housewife, right? So she had all these tips, like tip number 1 is like always start the day by cleaning your kitchen sink. If your kitchen sink's clean, then everything else will fall into place. And then she put up a newsletter, an online newsletter, and people started to subscribe to her newsletter. And then she started to send out more and more tips, and people started to engage more. She put up a website. She developed this following of people who really loved her content, who engaged with her, thought she was great. So once she had that tribe, she then started selling brooms and mops and dishwashing liquid and, etc., etc. And in a way, this was one of the first examples of this model of develop your tribe first, engage with your audience first, figure out what they want, what their needs are, what their interests are, and then develop the products for that.